Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Random and Famous. Today, I have an amazing personality with me. She's co founder and managing director of Mtiti Group. She's also an international public and motivational speaker. She also sits in she's also senior assessor with the Dubai Economic Department, and she's doing a lot. So please welcome Cheryl. Cheryl, thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much, Tasi, for having me. You make me sound like a celebrity. I'm just one of us, just trying to make a difference.
No, you are celebrity, and you're doing a lot, especially in that part of the region where you are in UAE. I came across your profile, and I truly believe it's really powerful. Okay, your
Thank you.
journey from HR executive, and then go and start this group, which is I'm going to talk about, Mtiti Group. So
Yes.
tell us about itself, what it stands for.
Okay. Let me tell you a little bit of a background, right? So I've been in the region for over 18 years. And like you said, you see me doing a lot of things, but I think it's been a give and take. The region gave me a lot, and it's now my turn to give back, right? So me and my partner, we founded the company in 2016, and really our hope and our vision was to bring a holistic approach to enable organizations and even individuals, right, to become more than just a product or a service they offer. And with that compelling view, we created Mātiti Group. Now, we were excited about giving or offering our clients far too many things than what they anticipated. And we wanted to come up with a name, Tasib, which, touches upon our emotion and our methodology behind it. So Mātiti is a word from Maori language, like how Sanskrit is to India, Maori language is to New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah. And so it's exciting. So all the way going to New Zealand and found that name. What happened? Like, what's the story?
Yeah, we wanted to go old school, Tasif. And to be honest, we were, burying our heads in Sanskrit, finding the right word. But our research took us to Maori. So because, we wanted to be authentic, we wanted to talk about a name which really is something that has stayed in the scripts for a long time. Because what we are trying to do through our work is, I like to call it, rocking the boat a bit with the organizations and individuals and entrepreneurs and business owners who we work with. So Mātiti really is a true definition of how we run our business and what we do, which means it's a never-ending grid, something which keeps evolving, something which keeps growing. So and that is exactly what has happened since we started our business. So if you look at any organization, any business, any entrepreneur, Tasif, right? Let me ask you, what do you think are the key aspects of running any business? Anything that comes to your
mind? To go for and find the fundamentals of that business, do some research.
Yes.
Okay. Find this niche, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So there could be various things depending on your business. But do a research, I would say, before anything you do.
Right. So how we looked, Asif, at creating or structuring our business is when we go to a client or a customer, which are the key areas in any business. So let's go through this together, right? So it's people, right?
Yeah.
We can't run any business without people.
And people are the backbone of the business, for sure.
Totally. Now than ever, we know technology is a must, right? We definitely need technology, right? We need finances to run a business.
Yeah.
We need security, especially cybersecurity, right? Because without that, everything is out there in the open.
Yeah.
I think we as Mātiti, we have realized it a little bit longer, but the organizations around the world post-COVID have brought their focus to sustainability, right? And of course, medical and well-being. So if you look at what I've just said, there are 6 key areas, and these are the 6 key verticals of Mātiti Group. So we have been able to grow our business, and we have created a dedicated vertical which addresses, challenges or processes related to people, to technology, sustainability, finances, cybersecurity, and medical aspects of running your operation.
Yeah. So what I understand is it's a massive operation, right? So where do you put yourself in that grid? Like how you managing it, or of course there must be a team with you.
Yes.
Work,
yes.
but where you stand in that grid?
It's a very tricky question to answer, right? I'd like to believe I'm at a place where I have a good view of the entire operation. And when I am looking at the operation, I cannot be dragged into managing the operations only, because somebody needs to keep an eye on the goalpost, right? What is the vision and the mission? So keeping the strategy intact while also having a good view of your operations is where I'm placed. And to be honest, in terms of, the physical response to this, I am based in Dubai. We are registered as a company in Dubai, in India. We also have our affiliate offices in UK, Australia, and Canada. So our teams are spread in different parts of the world, coming together to make a difference.
Okay, great. So what motivates you? Okay, what is the motivation behind it to run such a big part of the business, but also other platforms, which I can touch at some different point, like you was recently in the International Women's Forum.
Yes.
You also had interviews with the cybersecurity teams. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I watched that some time ago. So it's lots happening. So what motivates you on a daily basis?
Tasif, I am a believer of motivation being available and present around us all the time. And I think there are ample opportunities to experience and, let's say, explore that motivation that you feel, right? And I am somebody who believes that, if you see an opportunity, right, and if you multiply it or add it up with a lot of courage, with a lot of passion, with a lot of commitment and compassion, I think that will lead to a beautiful motivational new start. And I think that's what drives me every day. So, waking up in the morning, I think I'm a firm believer there's many opportunities around us. And I go to those opportunities with a lot of courage, passion, and commitment. And that's where my motivation lies.
Okay, that's great. So that comes to my another point, what you just said. You are a very confident person, okay, right? And there are lots of people here who wants to do something but lacking in certain things, let's say in confidence. If you want to say to someone how you can be confident in their own way, what they should do.
Sure. It's a very good question, and I think a difficult one to answer, but I'll make it simple for our listeners by first saying I might look very confident on the skin, but I'm as nervous and as scared as any one of you who is listening to this podcast today. And the point is, I think if anybody says that they're not scared, they're lying to you. Or if they feel that there is no feeling of feeling, scared and doing what you do, then something isn't right, because we as humans, we were born to experience this emotion. And to be honest, if I look, Tasif, at a good side of feeling scared or not feeling confident, I think these are the emotions that lead us to, to look at evaluating our decisions, right? Weighing in our challenges or being prepared for unforeseen circumstances. So if somebody is saying they're not scared, if I'm saying I'm never scared, I'm fooling you. My listeners, don't trust me on that. It's okay to feel scared, right? It's okay to feel, those butterflies in the stomach.
Yeah.
But what is important?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. But Tasif, what I really believe in is that, make a decision and see it through. And I remember, I don't know why I'm being reminded of this. Nelson Mandela once said, what did he say? He said, you never fail, right? You either win or you learn. So exactly. Either ways, there is something to get out of it.
Exactly. Once you fail, I think failure is a very important lesson to grow, because then you learn what I can do better next time.
Yes.
So never be afraid of failures. That's absolutely correct. That comes to my next point. When and what was the first step you took, which you
Yeah.
can say changed your life?
Wow. Okay.
Like
Now you're
it
getting,
could be years ago, it could be 6 months ago. Like,
yeah.
what was that step? Then you can really say and look back and say, okay, I'm glad I did that, and that's changed my life.
Yeah. 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 Um, okay. I know it's a little bit of a different answer, but I'll say this for our listeners is that for me, it was more than one step, right? If I start counting the steps, it was perhaps a good long walk by the beach, right? And the point is that our listeners should understand that if they hear these stories and read about these articles that, one day somebody woke up and that changed their life, or, one day one person made this decision and they became a millionaire overnight. I mean, it very well might be the case. I'm not challenging those stories, but let's say ordinarily, there are many experiences that bring you to, taking that step, or that bring you to a point, which in my language, I call the tipping point, right?
Yeah.
Where you are almost pushed or motivated to make that decision. So for me, it was a combination of things, right? I think with whatever I was doing before, I would say lack of creativity, lack of autonomy, monotony at work, almost experiencing a burnout, feeling like a wasted resource. And there are many, many, negative emotions. But the positive side of things are, wanting to make a difference, wanting to leave a legacy behind, wanting to do something that, somebody who I've networked with does not even think or want to imagine. So, creating something out of the box. So if you look at the both, not so positive aspects and positive aspects, you come to a point where, like I said, it's a tipping point. And that's where I had reached doing what I was doing. And I knew it was time to shake the boat.
Was you ever afraid of taking those steps during your
Like
career?
I said before, all the time I was
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah.
And I think it's very normal to feel that emotion. So
Yeah.
yes, I very much was.
Okay. And what would you say if someone wants to do like follow your steps or any other business? People have plans, especially during the pandemic. Lots of
Yes.
people sat at home, and I spoke with a lot of people, and they're thinking, okay, I'm going to do my own business, right? I'm going to do work from home or online or whatever they feel like. But
Yeah.
they are afraid of certain things, okay, to take that first step. Something
Yeah.
stops them, maybe lack of confidence, maybe
Yes.
the
Yeah.
family, friends, what they're going to say, okay, how I'm going to do it, I never done this before, I don't have
Yeah.
the right tools. What do
Yeah.
you say the person who wants to start a business,
Yeah.
what they should do?
Thank you for this question. And really, this is where we hit the nail on the head, because this is a practical day-to-day problem or challenge that all of us are coming through when we meet with people, even in our families, in our friend circle, and people are having to rethink their businesses decisions, right? So very good question, Tausif. And I would just say one thing on this: don't just wish for things to change, work for them, right? Because wishful thinking is good, but till the time you don't take the steps in the right direction, life is not going to change. And while the listeners can get all excited and motivated with the big words I'm using today, I'd like to offer a few tips to the listeners, right, which worked a great deal for me and which did the trick for me. I think what's important is to have someone to lean on. So if you're looking at making that pivot, that change in your life, in your career, in your business, find a guru, a mentor, right? Who has done those things, who has
Very good
made those
point.
mistakes,
Yes,
right?
great. Yes, I believe in this. Really, you always need a mentor in your life.
Totally. And
Yeah.
yeah, and invest in yourself, right? If you grow, that means everything you do grows.
Yeah.
So don't hesitate in upgrading your own self, invest in yourself.
Yeah.
The other thing that I have learned the hard way, and I want to share to the listeners, is understand the power of pact. find like-minded people, find the businesses which, you envision yourself to become that or grow into that, and understand how they work, what they do, find that power in the pack, connect and collaborate with like-minded people, right? And I'll just say this, and then I'll turn the table to you. If at all, while you do what you do, you get tired, it's okay to rest. Just don't quit yet.
Okay, yeah, great message. Yeah, I think people will take definitely something positive out of it. And this is the whole point of my podcast. Okay, if even one person can take action, okay, or think about it even, and say, okay, this is the message. Okay, that's how I can motivate myself and move forward. And you very well said in the end that if you're tired, okay, take rest, but don't quit. Okay.
Yes.
And I think I'm going to finish this postcard here with one of your phrases, which you said somewhere, that I'm fearless and unstoppable. That's what you said somewhere. And I believe this. So thank you so much for joining my podcast today. And thank you to the viewers, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much, Asif. Thank you.
Thank you so much.